what's up, YouTube? We're back making another chess video. Most of you liked my other video that I posted. 400 ELO plays chess. I haven't posted the video yet, but I'm just gonna pretend like I did, and I'm gonna pretend like a lot of you liked it. Instead of doing it again, I would analyze the World Chess Championship, Liren versus Ian Nepo. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun to watch me, the 400 or 500 actually now, 500 ELO analyzes World Chess Champion match 4. So let's just get into it. So start off C4, the English opening. This move um takes control of these squares. He responds NF6, which is the Anglo-Indian defense. Kind of like King's Indian. I know King's Indian's kind of like this. D4, D4, G6. That's King's Indian, I think. NC3, the Queen's Knight variation. Well known. English opening. Two knights variation. He does this, which obviously takes control of the center. You know, probably prevents D4. Maybe, I don't know. Attacking the pawn on E5. He really has, he can defend. You know, no, the classics, the classic chess moves. He has. He brings out the other horsey, NC6. This also helps, just control the center, develop the knights. Just basic chess. This is just basic chess. And he has the quiet line, E3. No, it's not demanding. It's not asking for much like the Nimzo witch, It's not. It's quiet, which is why it's called the quiet line. It's just a quiet game, just a slow game. And then he brings out the bishop, BB4. This is another book move apparently. Move the queen, I don't really know what that does. I'll be honest. I have no idea what that does. Can't take that pawn. But, that's also why I'm rated 500. Because, I have no idea what any of this stuff does. Takes the horsey. Takes back. It gives it exclamation. It gives it an interrobang. Which I don't think is good. There's some text on the side here. That's what I would have done. It says it's an interesting move. It says it seems exotic to capture the pawn. I don't know why that's exotic. I just feel like it's common sense. You see the bishop. You see the bishop take your horse. You're gonna want to take back. Maybe, and maybe I would have taken with the queen. Um, I feel like that makes more sense to take with the pawn, but I'm not a grandmaster. Yeah, he's definitely white. I think. Oh, I forgot to say. Ding has the white pieces, and he ends up winning. Spoiler alert. He ends up winning. So maybe, they're hating on him for this move in the blue analysis on chess.com. I'd like to see you win against Ian. That's all I'm gonna say. Goes D6, E4, castles, E2. Interesting move here. Interesting move. I would say that's probably what I probably would have moved here. My 500 ELO brain. No, I don't wanna lock it down. I just feel like it's more natural, more fun to have the bishop here, but the computer actually hates that move so much. I don't really see a difference between this and this. Like for me, this and this is exactly the same. But the computer gives us -1 for black, -8.5, 0.5, which I guess is still pretty even, but I don't know. I guess they have a bunch of weird moves now. This is why I'm not a grandmaster. Does H5. Now that brings the knights into game. I always thought that knights in the corner were bad, because like now he only controls one, two, three, 4 squares instead of like 8 in the middle. We just don't control as much squares, but again, I'm rated 500, so this is probably the right move, and it looks good, I guess. This rips open the position, because now, I guess black doesn't take. Chess.com says a rare move that changes the character of the position. This type of move with change is very difficult to evaluate, but my computer is not very happy with this, despite the high probability that it's still Nepo's preparation. Ding, in turn, said at the press conference that he was out of preparation after this, which is curious, since in the only game it has tried, his coach was playing white. Goes, moves NF4, gives it still pretty much even, takes, takes, no, takes with bishop, then takes back with pawn, castles. Queen's coming out. Queen's coming out is all I see. I'm 500. Um, I would either, I would probably try to attack the queen, maybe 4C. Or I might, after I castle, he just castled a few moves ago. Not a few moves ago. He just did. Normally, after I castle, I move the rook over here. No, maybe and probably this one. Because I feel like he's kind of lonely in that corner. Get it closer to its friend. But usually I do this, and in the game, he does this again. Not saying I'm a grandmaster. I'm just saying that I would have made the same move as a grandmaster in that position. This move obviously just lines up with the E file. Control that open space is all I see, and he does the same. It says on chess.com, it says a critical moment, and then bishop d3. That you go from zero point 0.4 advantage to 0, completely blowing away your your advantage. I mean, to me, zero point 0.4 might as well be the same as 0. No, it's zero point 0.4. Like, zero point 0.4 of anything isn't that much, right? Unless it's zero point 0.4 inches, which in that case, I would say zero point 0.4 inches is more than enough, plenty, more than you need. But that's a different topic. Point. Anyway, 0.00. Um, chess.com gives it a mistake. If it was me playing, my opponent plays this, I'd be like, man, that's a good move. I didn't think of that one. And it's still pretty even, but anyway, just getting bishop off, not its starting square, but I mean, look how close it is to its starting square. That might as well be its starting square. Brilliant move, or great move. Attacking the knight. I don't know why that's a brilliant move. I mean, I see this, and I'm like, man, I can just take with my pawn. Or maybe, actually, I wouldn't take with my pawn, because then he can check you. I think that's why that's a brilliant move. I could be wrong, though. Maybe here? No, that just blunders your knight. I would not have done that. So yeah, I guess the best move is to just move away. Does e5, which it gives it an interrobang. Again, don't know why that's bad, but that's also why I'm 500. And chess.com says a natural plan in these structures is normally played in the Nimzo Indian defense. I know what that is. No, I don't. The idea is to play b6 and then c5. Here, however, it's not the most accurate. So I think what it's saying is that when games like these in the Nimzo Indian, that's a good move. But this is not no Nimzo Indian. This is a English Open 4 knights quiet line, BB4 QC2 BXC3 English Open. Not no damn Indian defense. So that's not a good move. I think that's what they're trying to say. C5, where's C5? Here. B6, where's B6? Oh, no. No, yeah. B6 and then C5. Probably controlling that center, your B6, B5. Take, take, take. I think is what is going on here. Again, could be wrong. Oh, another interrobang. Uh, Chess.com says, brave decision. This is a long term pawn sacrifice in order to get mobility for the central pawns. It's even more commendable if we consider that white has other safer and maybe even better possibilities. Again, I don't see how this is a pawn sacrifice. I mean, you just trade. Oh, maybe not. This gives it -1, which for 500 is still anyone's game. But if you're a grandmaster, that's that's quite a big deficit. I don't know why that's a bad move. Oh, it says this. Computer says this. Then my best move is here. Again, this is not the game I'm analyzing. I'm theorizing, and then it's just completely winning for black. Clearly, completely winning for black. Except I don't know why it's completely winning for black. Anyway, no. After the interrobang, after pawn c5, he takes. He attacks the queen. Now he has to get away. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's what happened. That's what happened. I got distracted. Anyway, h6, queen h6. This is not a threat because that's not checkmate. But if his bishop was a dark square bishop, that would be mate. Just pretend like the rook slid over. That would be mate. When I play my chess games, I'm always thinking like, man, if only I had my bishop here, that would be checkmate. If I had my dark square bishop here, and his rook was over there, and I could sneak in with my queen, and he doesn't see, that would be checkmate. And I think that's why I'm still 500, because I'm just thinking like, man, I wish I had this. I wish my bishop was here, instead of actually, thinking about what I should do in my current position. Instead of thinking like, oh man, I wish I had this, I can be like, okay, yeah, sure, I wish I had that, but I don't have that. How do I win with what I have? And I think that realization that I just came to is good. So we all learn something from this. I'm learning from this. Just talking to myself. Anyway, I don't even know if that made sense. Anyway, d5, unattacking this pawn, because here if he didn't move it, it would have been a trade, which isn't good for the person who is down on pieces, because white is down on pieces. He just sacrificed the pawn back here. That's the interrobang. It's a pawn sacrifice according to chess.com. And I know when you're down material, most of the time you don't want to trade. So yeah, he unattacks the pawn by pushing it to d5. He brings the rook over. Man, if I saw this, I'd be like, man, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. I'd probably play this. Let's see what the computer says. Oh, it says it's even. It says it's even. For me, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Actually, oh, that's the top engine move. That says it's a top engine move. The C4 move that I would have played. No, I'm not saying I'm as good at Stockfish, but I'm just saying me and Stockfish are kind of on the same page right now. What does he play? Okay, he plays C4. Okay. I'm not saying again. Not saying I'm as good as a grandmaster. We're just all on the same page here. He does that, so this proves I'm not on the same level as a grandmaster. I probably would have, I don't know, like blundered my rook. Maybe I would have. I don't know. It wouldn't have been good if this is for I'm a 500 looking at this. You ask me what's black's best move, I would have no idea. Like you have to give them respect. This is a tough position for black, at least as a inexperienced 500 looking at this. I'm looking at this. You tell me, solve this. Gun to my head. Solve. Make a good move. Doesn't have to be the best move. Make a good move. Gun to my head. If you don't solve it, you're dead. I'd be like, man, I'd be saying my prayers. No, I just pick a random letter, and that's the pawn I move. I have no idea what to do here. Plays b6. Pretty much the top engine move. Not pretty much, it is. b6. He plays h3, which attacks the bishop to get it out of there. It's kind of deep in your territory. Um, I'd say the 1 to 4 are just kind of white's territory. 5 to 8 is kind of black's territory. Here is like kind of all the good guys, quote unquote. So when you put your guys deep in enemy positions, it's things can get bad pretty soon, as shown here. The bishop's pushed away. He has to retreat. Chess.com says the right square, so the white knight cannot return to f3. Now, I don't know why you'd want to put your knight there, but now you can't. Because if you, I don't know why you'd want your knight there. I don't know why they even said that, but that's why I'm a 500. Like, sure, you win the bishop, but now look at this. Your king's just open. It's completely open. Open roof. Now, if they make chess 2 with catapults, you can literally just catapult into the king. But yeah, this is even though I'm 500, I know doubled pawns, open king, like way, 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 way open king is really bad. Like I know this is like okay, like this sure king is open. I would consider this open king. It's not that bad. Like it's like breathing room, with this h3 over here. But anyway, Ding plays e4, bishop e4, question mark, exclamation mark, interrobang. Now the purpose of this move is, and it's yeah, that's I don't really know what this move does. I'm only 500. I'd say if you were to ask me what the purpose of this move was, I would say bishop's legs were getting numb. You just want to take a little walk, which is understandable. Um, Chess.com says an interesting plan. Get the bishop to f4 in order to double rook on the e file. Now I don't know why you can't just do that. I don't know how you would do that with this bishop here controlling this whole thing. I'm on a laptop, so I can't do arrows. So just pretend like it's arrows. How are you gonna double the rooks, aka this, when there's bishop right there? Um, but anyway, apparently that allows you to double rooks. So I'll look ahead. I'll look ahead, see why that allows you double rooks. He moves the rook. So yeah. Chess.com says it's not easy to find a plan for black. That's what I said. When I was saying that like a few minutes ago, I actually wasn't sure if it was a tough position for black as a grandmaster. I'm 500, so any position for me is a hard position. For a grandmaster, you give them like the most complicated position, I feel like they'll be able to beat you at it. That's kind of their job. So, but even for a grandmaster, there's hard positions. It says he decided to double on e file. I know doubling your rooks, make a battery, Alekine's battery, or something like that, is good. So that I'd say that's a good move. Queen to c3. This develops the queen to the c3 square, so she can exert control over the center. Is what I think this move does. Now again, double the rooks. Now usually I know he's like most likely like you. I'm in this position. You tell me black just moved his rook here. I know he's gonna double rook. What's wrong with here? I can't go here. Why can't I go here? No, it says queen goes here. I don't know what that does. But now he can't double rooks. But it's also uh minus 1.5 for black. So again, that's why I'm a 500. Anyway, Ding Liren goes here. D-E8, double the rooks. We cover that. Goes back. Ding Liren goes here. What happens if he takes here? And that's just still even. Okay. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna stop the hypotheticals now. I'm just gonna watch the game. Retreats the knight. B C no. N B7. Horsey to B7. Moves the rook up. Now he's gonna double. Well, he's not doubling. Interesting. I thought he was gonna go here. Oh, chess.com didn't like my move. Damn. Oh wait. Oh, it says why he can't double. So it says if he doubled them in this position, we'll go through chess.com. Then F X E5. He takes. Queen comes here, and it says it wins material. I don't know how, but it does. Probably because I don't know, like 18 moves, you lose a pawn. I feel like chess.com analysis. Every time I analyze my games on chess.com, I'll move just like a knight, and it's like, oh, this is a blunder. It loses a bishop, and I'll be like, how does it lose a bishop? My bishop is completely defended, and then it'll take me through this like 15 move sequence on game review. Like, oh, in 15 moves, if your 500 rated opponent somehow finds this very specific set of moves, then you lose a bishop. I'm like, how was I supposed to know? How's that a blunder? My opponent's not gonna find that. I barely know how to checkmate with like two queens, right? I'm not gonna find that. But anyway, that's not what happens in the game. Liren does not double the rooks on e1. He pushes the pawn. Forced. One word by chess.com. Force. But before it says, in response to Ian's f6, he says, this move is not forced, but it's interesting to bring the knight, although the pawn on e6 is unpleasant. e6, forced. And d6, just bring the horses out, doubling the rooks. Apparently, now it's okay to double the rooks. Apparently, one pawn move makes it okay to double the rooks. I don't know if that made sense. I have to pee so hard right now, but I want to finish this in one take. It's also 80 degrees in my room, in my closet, like 75 degrees out. There's sweat dripping down my forehead. It's crazy. It's crazy up in here. It's crazy up in here. Nutsack sweating. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rolling down my cheeks. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. Okay, horsey to f5. Interesting. Two horsey moves in a row. Now I always thought that you should try to avoid moving your pieces too many times in a row because then you neglect your other pieces. That could also be just in the opening. When you're mid game, it doesn't really matter. Just get your horsey in a nice little position. Not really defended by anything, but also not really under attack by anything. Takes. He takes the bishop. Takes back. Now, queen defending the knight. Rook e4. Just bring the rooks out. Ooh, like I just said, make two moving the same piece twice in a row. I thought was bad, but if the grandmasters are doing it, maybe in the mid game it's not that bad. Get yourself nice and cozy on that h6 square. Nice and cornered, protected by all your guys. Crack open a good book. Play some Persona 4. I just finished that game. Such a good game. Just chill out on that h6 square is what I would do. Brings the queen over again. Get cozy over there. D4. This move is the only serious. This is chess.com. This move is the only serious mistake of the game, and from now on, the final result is never in doubt. It's crazy how not only can one move change the fate of the entire game, how grandmasters can win. This is plus. It went from completely even to just plus 1.4 for white. How grandmasters can win on like such a low advantage, how they can ride like a 0.14, no, not 0.14, a 1.4, a 1 point lead, how they can just easily, or not easily, but how they can consistently ride that into a checkmate, into a win. I think it's incredible. I have trouble converting, mate and twos into wins. I have trouble converting. One time I was up plus like 120 in material, still lost, still lost, still lost, or I drew or something like that. I'll put it on screen. I lost and I was like plus 120 in points. I didn't even know you could even be that much up in points, but you can, and you can lose, or I should say in points in eval bar. In 1 point, white is up 1.4 in eval bar, and I don't even see how that's a bad move. Well, it's because it's. And I'll show you why. Sacrificing the rook. The rook. Sacrificing the rook. Chess.com says Nepo clearly underestimated the strength of this fine exchange sacrifice. I love a good sacrifice. Takes. Knight goes there. Now 1.5 for white, by the way. The knight captures a d4 pawn. One right here. This is chess.com saying this. The knight captures the d4 pawn, and the position becomes a strategic massacre. Their words, not mine. He pushes the pawn, takes it. g6, probably to prevent him moving in here. Get all cozy, attack the rook. Prevent that. Prevent that. Put your book down, queen. I know I just told you to chill, read a book, pause your game. Hopefully, no unskippable Persona 4 cutscene. Hopefully you're past that 3-hour intro, because you gotta defend the square. And that's exactly what chess.com says. Try to keep the knight from jumping to f5. Wait, whoa. Now it's because now you can't go here. That would be completely winning for black. But he doesn't do that, because he doesn't blunder. Or he does, but not like me. Not like me, every other move. Anyway, g4. Brilliant. Great move. And you want to know why it's a great move? Because you take en passant. Because it forces. En passant, forced move. You have to take en passant. It's not really forced, but if you don't take en passant, it's like, you have to. You just have to go for it. It's brilliant. This is the first time looking through this game. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a brilliant move. Dude, I could watch this all day. Taking in passing. Taking the pawn in passing. g4. Takes on f3 is insane. How the developers thought of this? Thought of such a beautiful move in such a beautiful game, in such a beautiful world. It is just incredible. I love en passant. Oh my god. Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, takes back. Fun ends here. h5. Just pushing the pawns. Bring the horsey over. Can't take because it's defended by the queen. He goes here, which activates the rook on this file. If the king was over here and there were no pawns here, that would be checkmate. So I think that's his thinking. But that's probably not his thinking, but that's what I think his thinking is. 4. Line up X-ray vision, queen. Keep in mind, it was just 1.5 in Ding's advantage after this sacrifice, after this brilliant sacrifice. Now we're up after this beautiful en passant. Now we're up, where are we? 2 plus 2.3 for Ding, which as a grandmaster is crazy. Slide the rook over. 3 points on the eval bar. 2.5. Move the king over. 3.1. E7. Getting closer to promotion. Queen. I don't know what the queen's there for, but she's just chilling. Defend that pawn. Get attacked. Take that. Fork. Oh, that's a fork. Takes it as a fork. I think Ian's just giving up at this point. Take the fork. Move the queen. You got to. 7 points of material. Take back the horsey. E6. How much longer does the game go on for? Okay. G7. Rook slides over to control that open file. Just chilling back, popping back. Sliding over again. Sliding over the pawn, probably to expose a queen side attack. Discovered attack. Move it over, check the king. Up 10 points of material. We're in the double digits now. Take rook over there. Check. Moves. Does that. I don't know what that does, but he's still up 10 points. At this point I would have blundered my queen and black would have won. Moves it over. Takes. Wait a minute. Oh, I think. But yeah, so Ding Liren moves the queen up here. Ian resigns in this position. A beautiful game. Beautiful moves by both players, even Ian. Ian won a match before. Um, but Ding takes the victory. It's tied now. Championship seat is open for whoever wants to take it. Ding or Ian, it's gonna be one of them. It has to be. Personally, I'm kind of rooting. For me, you know, I'm not necessarily a fan of a player. I'm just a fan of the game. I just like seeing the grandmasters move. I like being confused as to why they move that piece instead of, I like thinking, like, oh, why they move that piece? I would have moved the pawn. Like, why did they move their bishop there? I like being confused. I like seeing why they move. I like seeing their moves. Their games are just so different from my games. I blunder my queen in the first three moves. They, battle it out until one of them eventually makes a mistake. We're all human. We all do it. Just a beautiful game. Um, both players played immaculately. Ian had that one blunder that kind of cost him the game, but he still played really good. Played better than I would have. Both incredible players. Good luck to both of them. Both seem like great people. And in this position, I don't think I said it yet. In this position, Ian resigns, giving Ding the dub, the big dub. I still kind of want Ian to win, but it win the whole thing. But Ding is also an incredible player. I would not be mad at all if he wins. Like I said, I'm just a fan of the game. I'm just a spectator. I just like the community. I like just watching the games. I'm kind of rambling here. There's so much sweat on my body right now. I feel like I'm going crazy. So much sweat, so much water rolling down my forehead into my booty cheeks, so little into my throat. My throat is so dry right now. I need so much water. I think that's TMI, but anyway, tell me if you like the chess videos. I'm a man of the people, so whatever the people like is what I'll do. Just let me know. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace. And wait, don't forget subscribe, like, and comment and all that. I'm playing Pokemon on the channel. So go watch that. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Take it easy.